We got a lot of things going on today in the house. We got Miss Teresa here. We got little Annie here ready to go. We got Trent at the camera. We got a lot of work happening today. We got Dale's 4L60E in here from Colorado. We got his 241C transfer case over here. It's got a crack in it. We did an earlier video on, but we're going to tear this apart. It's never been into. It's all nice and fresh, never been painted. Got the original converter. Everything in. He said it was working fine. He just had a major leak, and of course the leak was in the transfer case. So let's get this apart. It's just got a stock GM converter, a DGAF. Look at the hub really close. I thought it was cracked there for a second, but it's just got a lot of wear on it. Fluid's pretty cherry red, not too bad. Yeah, it looks kind of bad. So, what are you going to do with them, Teresa?
Okay, doctor's in the house. Scoot over. I'm going to tear this down. Let me take. No, I'm teasing. I don't want to today. I could, but I don't want to today, guys.
Yes, she could. Actually, when I was sick a long time ago, she did some tearing down for me and building for me, actually.
Before I was old enough.
Yeah, before Trent was old. Trent was only about 2 foot high.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, Pete sure
And
was.
it was not fun, but I did it because I had to.
Yep.
Dang, that thing looks like she got a little bit of dirt on it.
This whole tranny here is very dirty. Now, it's kind of crazy, this thing having a Corvette servo in here. That is not factory in this pickup that I know of ever was. So somebody could have did just an upgrade on the outside of the vehicle just to help it out a little bit, because you can put a Corvette servo in without physically tearing the tranny down. So, and if you know how to do it, you can check your band travel too without tearing the tranny down. So, this thing is nasty, nasty. By the way, I want to thank Tim for the orange gloves. I appreciate you, Tim. I don't want to wear them out. I'm going to try them back and forth, kind of try the blue ones, the orange ones, and see what holds up really good. But Tim, I really appreciate you there, for sure. Now, if you look here, almost looks like a bearing was starting to go bad in the converter. It almost looked like it's trying to cut on it right here.
Mm-hmm. Something was.
See that little... I've seen the bearing start going bad in the converter, and it gets out of track and just starts running on this side right here. Got 190-something thousand miles, I believe, on it, something like that. Just look to verify really quick. It's actually 197,000 miles on this thing. So it's definitely got some miles on it. Now, if you notice here, it's a real early unit. It doesn't have a PWM solenoid or anything like that. It's just an on and off lockup system. Now you still have your 3-2 downshift solenoid. But this thing is really early. Get our little 8mm bolts off here, and then our bracket or wiring harness hold downs, I guess you could say. Get out of there.
You know, it's amazing they didn't keep doing that, because I kind of like that. Holds the wiring and stuff out of the way.
It really does. The earlier ones, they just kind of clip under the pillow switch here, and it keeps them from falling.
I like the mix-match glove cert.
You like that? That's pretty impressive. I'm going to try them because I don't want to waste them. I want to use them where they can be used at without just destroying them. This is a really early pillow switch. We can update it with a cover and stuff on it to keep all the metal out of the circuitry on there. Now this is a non-PWM, guys. It's just a standard lockup system. I don't block these systems. What I do is I just put a new valve in them. There's just no way to block them. So it's just a one-piece valve. Take it out for you if I can get this out and show you.
Yep, our guard dog's still standing there.
Do you hear something?
And they try to cock on you, can't get them out because of the keeper.
Who's moving?
Yeah, it's kind of.
On the stick.
Yeah, and you don't want to force or anything like that on this stuff. If it don't go, put it to the side and come back to it. That way you don't get in a hurry and mess something up by trying to do a video and getting in a hurry. So we don't want to destroy the valve body or mess anything up. So we'll get our accumulator off here and check it out. Got a few busted springs there. You can see that real quick. We have our center spring, and then we have our inner spring, or outer spring, excuse me. This is blown, beat all up, and then the piston is destroyed. And then you want to go in here and look and see if that spring did any damage to the outer surface where your seal is going to run. Actually looks really good. Clean it up, probably can use the housing. So.
Have you said you wasn't having any issues with that driving?
Yeah.
So I guess explain what that would cause with that braking. If
Usually harsh shifts, harsh second gear shift or something like that if your spring breaks. Now, if you notice here, Trent, this check ball will almost go through that hole. If you notice, it's totally beat almost all the way through.
right, you can just push it through just now.
I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to push that through there, but it's not going to. So
Wow, it's been beat on.
it's been beat on a long time. Normally when the ball sticks in the hole like that, then your 3/4 clutch is gone. So all the other, this one here even looks beat up pretty bad. You can just see. It's got a lot of miles on it, for sure. Now you notice here there wasn't no spring in here at all. And your 4th gear accumulator right here. Now we'll still stack one on top and block this totally off. We won't just put this stock one piston back in there. We're going to delete it completely. Get all of our parking stuff off here real quick. Try to move that over there and use this nice little squeegee we got here. I want to thank you guys for that for sure. That's makes it look a little nicer. Trying to get some of that old school out of me. Kind of hard to do. 40 years of old school. It's hard to break that pattern, let me tell you guys.
When it works, it works.
Yes. Now this is just going to be a standard pump. It's not going to be a PWM or anything like that. It's just going to be a standard pump. Couldn't have done that again. Well, yeah, that's hard to believe this pump's got that kind of mileage on it. Actually, that's not. That don't look like a factory seal either. Right there. So it's really hard to say. Now I talked about that converter was spaced out on the flywheel real bad in my first video, guys. Now if you look here, when I said that converter was spaced out over 1/4 of an inch, look how far it was barely just grabbing that pump gear. Look how much far I could have spaced that converter in to grab that whole gear. That thing was just barely running on the edge there of grabbing that gear. That's why we always shim them back into the pump. That way it grabs that whole tooth there when it turns it. Especially when we shift kit them and get the pump pressure up high. If you put that in there just like that, it's going to knock out that gear. No matter how you look at it, you got to grab that whole tooth to turn that thing. But you can see that really good there, Trent.
Mm-hmm.
So. Got our band anchor there. So I'll get it out. That way you can just pull it down straight out. If not, you'll have a problem. I'm just pulling it out because the band will hook on this ledge right here. Right there. Now this is an older gentleman that drives this, so I'm sure he don't hot rod or anything like that. I say older gentleman, he's probably my age, so we're not that old. But the drum looks really nice. Now you can see a pretty hard finger dent right here where the shell's been running, but it's not wore out or anything like that. You can just see it. Looks really good. I'm trying to see if I could find any places where this thing's been rebuilt, any type of identifications or anything. So anytime you put a shift kit in these, the pressure is really hard on these 4 seals right here, especially these 2. This is your 3/4 clutch. So you always want to look for wear there. Now we do have a little bit of wear on our 3/4 clutch. You can starting to see it starting to take off the finger right there that holds the clutch. You see that wear right there, Trent? That little 1/8 of an inch is gone.
Yes, sir.
There's got your factory thick steels and clutches in there. We got our load springs. They still look really nice too. That don't happen often, but normally they come in with the 3/4 clutch burn up, so normally the load springs have to be replaced on every one. Now it comes here again, if you look at these forward clutches, you can see here the teeth are starting to strip on them.
Almost gone.
Yeah. They'll usually work their way out to the end, and this end one you notice has less.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually it's the front one. Just a factory GM clutch, so that's kind of tells me there that this tranny could have been modified by GM a little bit or something at one time. Went it back for a recall, and GM could have put the Corvette servo in there, who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
Doubtful, but I don't know who come up with a Corvette servo, if it was GM or an aftermarket. I've never done any research on that part of it, so. And mind you want to look at all your races where your sprags run. This looks really nice, almost like it's never been used. Got the single cage sprag. Doesn't have the plastic retainer though, but so that kind of makes me wonder if it's an aftermarket there. Same way here. Now you can tell this sprag's been running on this race. It wasn't stationary and just running on this one. It was actually running on both of them. So we got a stock band in this thing. The Corvette servo made it live. Down here, find my snap ring.
Your flashlight, or you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, heck, just close your eyes and take it out.
Yep, that happened just about that time, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm telling
Let
you.
me get pick that up. The kit always comes with a new one, but I like to pick them up off the floor. Of course, we just have a washer style support right here, so we'll be updating that to an all roller bearing stuff. Planets still look really nice. Of course, we'll be getting rid of this shell here. This is just a stock shell. It's not been hardened or anything. Shocked it ain't got much more wear on it than it has. And then we have our sun gear the same way. Been a pretty hard print on that at times.
Does he pull a motorhome or a RV?
RV.
Most of these have 6,000 to 10,000 pounds of weight on an open car trailer.
Does he?
Yeah.
So he's been doing pretty good then. That Corvette servo probably saved it.
Yeah.
From doing any major damage, so. Like I say, you can put a Corvette servo in outside the vehicle, and it does make a really big difference. It'll firm up your second gear and your third gear. So, and for the money on they're really cheap. Of course, we have our low reverse clutch with the wave. Now we'll be leaving a wave in here for drivability purpose. We don't want him having harsh engagements or anything like that, and having any type of customer complaint. So, and then we want to look at all our gears on our planetary, stuff like that. That looks really nice and tight. This bearing right here, you got to really check it, because if your pins are good and this bearing's bad, then you can have a major problem there too. Of course, your sprag assembly. It's amazing how good all the hard parts look in this unit for him towing that kind of weight. You know, normally we'd see a lot more wear on clutches and stuff like that, so it's really hard to say. There it is, I already pulled it out. I was looking for my anti-rattle spring to come out with it, so that's my last thing I always pull out. Looks really good for a 94 model with that kind of mileage and stuff on it. So we're going to put all the Z-Pack wide bands and all the updates we can to this thing and make it a really nice tranny for him, because he drove a long ways from Colorado to get this stuff taken care of. Next video comes is 241C transfer case we're fixing to tear down, so y'all stay tuned.